She flipped the switch, asking me all sorts of questions like why I didn't come talk to her, why I didn't stop her, why after all this time I'm going to let the relationship go away without trying. Welcome back to They Did What? Your source for the internet's craziest, most entertaining stories, where I go over them, analyze them, and most certainly make fun of them. Today, gonna go over a story titled, My Girlfriend, a 27-year-old female of 3.5 years, cheated on me. I got the ultimate revenge. Patience is ridiculously hard. And guys, like it says in the title, this guy's 30 years old, girlfriend's 27, they've been together for 3.5 years, and then he found proof that she was cheating on him. And instead of just breaking up with her, which quite frankly I would have just done and moved on, this guy goes through this elaborate process to really get even with her. And I do mean in the worst way that can make a girl nuts. And I'm not going to say what it is. I'll let you guys find out in real time. But, like I said all the time, I've reached a point in my mid-40s. I don't need drama in my life. And I encourage you guys to follow that path. And so I never would have gone through this. I would have just broken up with her, end of story. But where would we be if we didn't have these funny revenge stories? These were always very entertaining. And it goes to show you guys, you always have to pay attention to the red flags, no matter how great your relationship you think it is. It's sad that some people are like this, but sadly there's also a lot of people that are like this. You gotta keep your eyes open and be very careful who you choose to get in a relationship with. But as you'll see here, hell hath, what's the saying? Revenge is a dish best served cold, and you're gonna see this. So it starts off, he says here, to all of you who've just found out that your partner has cheated on you, if you're petty and determined like me, here's what to do. This is my story. It says, it seems like roughly 7 months ago, my girlfriend of 3.5 years started cheating on me. Not only was it emotional cheating, but she had you-know-what with this coworker 2 months after they started the emotional affair. The cheating continued fairly frequently until yesterday. Who knows, maybe it will continue, but I don't care. I got my revenge, and honestly, it feels fan-fucking-tastic. Tupac was right. I had mentioned that it seems like it was approximately 7 months ago when it started. It could have been more, but it's doubtful. I have a good amount of evidence pointing to a certain week within July 2018 as to when it started. Fun fact, it looks like I found out within the first week of it happening. I stayed quiet because at that point I wasn't certain if it was just attention seeking, which I don't like but I'm fine with, or something more. Well, a guy should have a problem when he has an attention-craving girlfriend, because that never stops. You're never going to be able to make her happy. And I'm talking about the types that have to, you know what I'm talking about, guys. Instagram, TikTok, perfect examples. Always have to have pictures of themselves and having guys liking them, commenting them, DMing them. That's not girlfriend material, because no amount of attention you give her is ever going to be enough. And she's always going to be out there flirting with guys, flaunting herself. It's ridiculous. And I might add is that it doesn't stop as they get older, because when they're younger, of course they do that because that's all the other girls do and they love the attention. And then when they get older, past 30, then they need to still know in their mind that they got it. And that guys still want them. So they flaunt even more. How many of you guys see mothers in their 30s and 40s, 50s, exposing themselves, flaunting all that on TikTok, Instagram, social media? It's pathetic, because they need that attention validation. So it's very bad. You can already see the red flags in this relationship. Anyway, I'll get back to the story. So it's not like I found out right away. Yes, it was the start of it all, but I didn't know what would happen. I didn't want to come off as that type of guy. After just a few days, though, it was pretty obvious at that point what was going on. The reason why I didn't confront her is because I am of the opinion that if a person can't communicate what they feel is lacking in the relationship, then why bother being in a relationship? That's when I knew it was over. But it hurt because I had been with her for a few years already. This was tough to swallow. Interesting choice of words, because that's what she's doing. And I don't want to think, oh, this guy's the man, look what he did, no mercy, etc., etc. Yeah, I didn't have mercy on her, but it hurt like hell in the beginning. It hurts anybody being cheated on and finding out the gal they've been with for years is a snake and a liar and a deceiver and manipulative and all those other ugly things. Yeah, it hurts. I've been there. Long time ago, but I've been there. And many of you guys have been there. In any event, I tracked everything. I knew when they were having you-know-what and where, mostly, at least in the beginning. By the second month, I didn't care much anymore. I decided to hook up with three women, of whom I known and she knew, not very well, but still. But it all paled in comparison to her friend N, which wasn't planned. N is the code name for this girl. Yes, an actual friend from her inner circle. Her friends are really nice, good quality women. I wouldn't go that far. None of them are cheaters. They all despise cheaters. They wrote despise in giant letters. I thought the same was true about my now ex. I guess the whole birds of a feather flock together saying is BS, huh? Anyway, they hate cheating to the point where they sometimes mention to one another in conversation that they would stop being friends with one another if they found out one of them was cheating. Well, how convenient. But you see, again, he's staying with her. Now he's hooking up with other girls. Now, of course, she's cheating on him. So this is why I said might as well just break up with her. But for the sake of a good story, now he's banging multiple girls. And wait till you see what happens next. I'm sure you can see where this is going. So I did what I thought wasn't going to work. No shot, right? I was going to see if her friend could help me in any way. This friend was always friendly to me, more so than any of the other friends, but still nothing has stood out. I wanted her to help me so badly, but I honestly didn't think I'd have a shot like this at all. I thought I was just a listening ear, something like that. I went to her friend and told her everything, but made her swear not to say a word. Good luck getting any girl to keep a secret. Every girl has one friend they have to tell everything to, no matter what. So if you guys think that your girlfriend or wife's friends don't know the size of your you-know-what, or how fast you are in bed, or all these intimate details, some girl knows about the size of your you-know-what. Her friend, your wife or girlfriend's friends know about the size of your you-know-what, what you're like, all that. Trust me. Some guys right now are like, what? She was livid and wanted to say something to my ex, but I told her not to, that I had a plan and it was working. She asked what the plan was. I told her, don't worry about it, but it's already been working for a few weeks now. She pressed and I caved. I told her I've been cheating back on her and collecting as much evidence of my cheating as I possibly could in an effort to show my ex sometime in the future. I also told her this didn't help my feelings, that I was still distraught. As a side note, let me tell you something. Having you-know-what with women you don't care about, or even any emotional affair, when you're totally into monogamy, will not make you feel better. It sucks, but fuck it. I said I'm sticking with this because, yeah, I'm petty, and yeah, she deserves it. Well, right there he says it sucks, it's not fun, it's not enjoyable. And, well, what happens now? He says, I could not believe it when this girl said she wanted to go all out, in her words, and help me. Really, define all out. It was at that moment I had a feeling that not only was I going to physically be with this amazing girl, but she would take it even further than me. It took a few days of planning, but we got around to it eventually. We did everything, everywhere. We took videos, pictures. Her face wasn't showing in any. The reason for this is because it was about proof of me getting back at her. Whether or not this girl plans on telling my ex is entirely her decision. My hope is that she does. As they said in their conversations, that they wouldn't be friends anymore, and that she can, and that we can be a thing. And he says, yes, I'm kind of asking you here, and sorry, I don't have the balls to do it in person. Smack! Don't be a pussy, ask her out. So, this is the girl apparently who hates cheating, but she's more than willing to cheat with the girl's current boyfriend to get back at her for being a cheater. Something tells me that she probably likes this guy anyway. Call me crazy. And this goes back to the old Al Bundy thing. Don't try to understand women. Women understand women. They hate each other. These are all supposed friends. This would be the ultimate FU, and I know N is into FUs when it comes to cheating. Over the past week, I've been leaking some clues as to my devious behavior in order to make my ex suspicious. She caught on very quickly, almost too quickly to be honest. I have a feeling that was due to her own behavior, which was making her suspicious. I let her come to me. I knew it was going to happen. She demanded answers, and that was an understatement. I gave them all to her. She asked for my new password to my phone, and I gave it to her. She saw everything. She's an idiot, though, because it was my regular gallery. What kind of cheap cheater keeps pictures in their regular gallery? Well, you'd be surprised given the stories I do. This was the one thing that I didn't think through, but whatever. She then proceeds to tell me about her side gig and with her coworker in order to get back with me. These people, in a way, these guys actually sound perfect for each other. I said, that's cool, but I already knew that. She was confused at this point, like legit confused. So I told her everything I knew about her and what I did. She flipped a switch, asking me all sorts of questions like why I didn't come to talk to her. Why didn't I stop her? Why after all this time I'm just going to let the relationship go away without trying? Hang on. He catches her cheating and all that, and now she's twisting it around saying, why didn't you come to me? Why'd you let our relationship go? You want to talk about gaslighting here. Why after all this time I'm going to let the relationship go away without trying? As if that's my responsibility. And B, I said I realize I don't care about who's, and C, because cheaters almost never change, and it's not worth being with a shit person with no good values. And someone who clearly can't communicate for shit. Yeah, she's not going to change. I'm paraphrasing, but you get the point. I walked out like a boss. She was in tears and has been ever since. Her mother actually called me last night yelling at me. I told her the entire story. She didn't like what I told her, but in the end, she understood why I did what I did. So, yeah, of course, the girl goes with a sob story to her mom. Her mom calls, yells at him, and he's like, wait a second here. Your daughter started this. There's a lot more to my relationship with her. We spoke about marriage fairly often, about once a month over the past year. It was very hard to do this. I give more information, but I prefer to stay anonymous. None of my friends know except for N, who's definitely reading this post now, or will know, or why I broke up with her. I prefer to stay with me. Also, I don't plan on replying to any comments. I simply been waiting for months to tell this to people suffering here. This plan takes a mother effing commitment and a bit of luck, but in my honest opinion, it is worth it. Especially if your ex-girl is highly emotional, sensitive like mine. While I generally don't wish death upon anyone over the past 24 hours, it seems like my ex is about to off herself. Not literally, but the way she's acting now is scaring some of her friends and family. Well, she's a drama queen too. Well, in that case, she needs to be watched by her family and potentially go to a hospital if she's threatening something happening. But again, I said it would have been easier to break up with her, but hey, we get a story here, right? And honestly, will this make her think twice about doing this again? Who knows? He says, special thanks goes to N for helping me with everything, especially the videos saying shit like, this sausage is heaven, and this is my sausage now. Among a slew of other outrageously dirty things I didn't know she had in her, and propping me up like I'm a SCX god, which I am not. Well, I wish this guy the best. And hopefully things don't happen like they have again. But anyhow, would have been easy to break it off, but hey, we get a good story out of this. So revenge is a dish best served cold. All right, guys, that's it for today. Be sure to comment down below what you think about this. Let me know. Do you think he should just broken up with her, moved on, or she definitely had this coming? I think she had it coming, but I look at the weighing out the time involved and all that, because life is short as opposed to the satisfaction, the revenge. But then again, there is nothing like sweet revenge, and that definitely can make you feel good, at least for a little while. And guys, also you come across a really good story that you'd like me to share, by all means, email it to me, strongsuccessfulmale@gmail.com. Just give me some time to get, and I definitely want to get a chance. And be sure to check out my new channel, SSM Clips. It's a channel of both clips from the stories from both this channel and the other one, as well as really good, quick, short stories, 3, 4, 5-minute stories that are direct, right to the point, something you can hear on the go, and you don't have to put in a whole lot of time to listen to. And be sure to like the video, share with your friends, and subscribe. I'll catch you next time.